Look, I'm going to tell you something that's going to sound completely backwards. Most people watching this video right now should not start a business, and I mean it. Starting a business is not some magical solution that's going to fix your life. It's hard, it's risky, and it requires a level of dedication most people simply aren't willing to give. It's not as easy as creating an Instagram account and putting entrepreneur in the bio. And you know what? That's completely okay. If you want to get a safe job, clock in at 9, clock out at 5, enjoy your weekends, live a somewhat comfortable life, there's nothing wrong with that. Most people will follow that path and they'll be fine. But here's the thing. If you're someone who's ambitious, if you're someone who wants more from life than what everybody else settles for, if you can't stand the idea of trading your time, your most valuable asset for money, for the next 40-50 years, then a business is the fastest path to real freedom and wealth. But you need to understand what you've signed up for. My name is Fred, and I've built a high-ticket business that's made thousands of dollars a day in profit, starting from my parents' bedroom a few years ago. Look, if your goal is to get filthy rich and make fuck you money, I'm not going to lie to you, the road ahead is going to be fucking challenging. You're going to face judgment from people who don't understand what you're doing. Your friends are going to think you're crazy when you're working on Saturday nights while they're out partying. Your family might question your decisions when you quit your stable job to pursue your vision. Most of the people around you won't get it, and that's fine, because they were not built for this path. The difference between the average person and someone who actually builds a business that prints is mindset. It's about your willingness to embrace risk when everyone else plays it safe. It's about learning constantly when others think they already know enough. It's about staying uncomfortable when everyone else seeks comfort. If you have that mindset, if you're willing to do what others want, then you can achieve results that others can't even imagine. Now, here's where it gets exciting. We're living in the most incredible time in human history to start a business. Thanks to the internet and social media, the barriers to entry have completely collapsed. Nowadays, you don't need a factory. You don't need millions of dollars in capital. You don't need some high-level network of investors and connections. All you need is a phone, an internet connection, and the willingness to put yourself out there. Platforms like YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok have leveled the playing field in a way that's never existed before. You can literally start building a $100 million brand from your bedroom. You can gain leverage and reach millions of people without spending a dime on traditional advertising. You can create multiple income streams and become a millionaire before you even turn 35. Look at someone like MrBeast. I know he's an outlier, but look, he started making YouTube videos as a teenager. He built an audience of hundreds of millions, and by his early 20s, he had launched chocolate brands, fast food businesses, and multiple channels generating millions of dollars. Now, before this gets out of hand, I'm not suggesting that just anyone can become the next MrBeast. However, you have to look at the facts and admit this. This kind of success wasn't possible 30 years ago. Social media isn't just a platform for watching funny videos and scrolling mindlessly like your parents think. Sure, it is for most, because that's how most people use it. But for some, it's a tool to generate wealth at an unprecedented speed. Unlike previous generations who needed massive upfront capital, physical locations like factories, and years of building, you can start small, grow fast, and scale without huge costs. The opportunity is right in front of everyone, but most people will scroll past it because they're too busy consuming instead of creating. If you want to discover how I've made thousands of dollars a day online, I've made a free training that will show you everything step by step. The link will be in the description. And for a limited time, you can also apply to book a free call with me or a member of my team. On that call, we'll see what's blocking you from making more money, and we'll give you a custom step-by-step plan so you can start your business today, even with $0 in startup capital, and get your first customers as quickly as possible. The link is in the description, but be quick because we have very limited spots and they fill up fast. Now, I know what's going through your head right now. You're thinking, but I'm not skilled enough. I don't have a business degree. I don't know how to start. Let me destroy this excuse right now because it's the biggest lie holding people back. A lot of people quit before they even start because they feel they aren't qualified enough. Here's the truth that nobody tells you. You learn business by doing business, not before you start. You don't learn business in school. You learn it on the fucking battlefield or learning from mentors who actually made a lot of money, not some broke-ass university professors. You don't need to be an expert. You just need to be resourceful. Resourcefulness is the ability to find solutions when you don't have all the answers and when you have limited resources. It's asking yourself the right questions. It's adapting quickly when things don't go as planned. It's figuring things out as you go instead of waiting until you feel ready. Because newsflash, you'll never feel completely ready. You can learn any skill you need through online courses, YouTube videos, books, or finding someone who's already done what you want to do and learning from them. The market doesn't care about your resume or your degrees. The market only cares about one thing. Can you solve a painful problem and can you do it fast? If you can identify what people need, find a solution, and deliver it effectively, you can build a business. The rest comes with action and persistence. Stop waiting for your wifey or your family's permission. Stop waiting to feel qualified. Start by taking action, and you will learn more in 3 months of actually doing it than 3 years of prepping. So let me give you one of the easiest and most powerful ways to get started in your 20s. High-ticket programs or services. This is genuinely the most effective business model for young entrepreneurs and even advanced entrepreneurs. And here's why. The startup costs are minimal. You don't need inventory. You don't need a warehouse. You don't need to manufacture anything. You simply take your knowledge, your experience, or your passion, and you package it into a course that solves a specific problem for a specific audience. The profit margins are incredible because once you create the course, you can sell it over and over again with basically zero additional cost. And if you structure it right, you can generate recurring income that keeps coming in month after month. Think about what you might know that could help someone else. Maybe you're good at fitness, you could teach people how to lose weight or build muscle. Maybe you understand social media and you can teach business owners how to grow their Instagram. Maybe you've learned a skill like video editing, graphic design, or copywriting that others want to learn. Whatever it is, there's an audience out there willing to pay you for that knowledge. Once your course is live, you scale by reaching more people through social media content, email marketing, or partnerships. You can even automate parts of the process so you're making money while you sleep. The key is providing real value. When you actually help people achieve results, they will pay for your knowledge, and that's how real wealth is built online. Not through scams or hot trends like a new NFT, but through genuine value exchange. You solve painful problems for people, they pay you a few thousands in exchange. That's it. If you want to discover how I've made thousands of dollars a day online, I've made a free training that will show you everything step by step. The link will be in the description. And for a limited time, you can also apply to book a free call with me or a member of my team. On that call, we'll see what's blocking you from making more money, and we'll give you a custom step-by-step plan so you can start your business today, even with $0 in startup capital, and get your first customers as quickly as possible. The link is in the description, but be quick because we have very limited spots and they fill up fast. Here's the thing that separates people who stay broke from people who build real wealth and even get rich. Leverage. This is the secret weapon that every millionaire and billionaire understands and uses. Leverage is the ability to make money work harder than you do. When you work a job, or even when you're a freelance, you're limited by your time. You only get paid for the hours that you work, and there's only so many hours in a day. Time is finite. But a business allows you to leverage your efforts, other people's skills, technology, and systems to generate exponential growth. You can literally create a product one time and it pays you repeatedly. You can hire people and delegate to execute tasks so you can focus on high-level strategy, making the right decisions. You use social media to reach millions of people without needing to talk to each one individually. Whether it's using social media algorithms to amplify your message or hiring contractors to handle the work you don't want to do, leveraging resources multiplies your impact and your income. This is why wealthy people keep getting wealthier. They understand leverage. They're not trading their time for money. Instead, they're building systems and assets that generate value beyond their personal effort and time. Understanding and applying leverage early in your 20s gives you a massive advantage over your peers who are stuck in the time for money trap. While they're grinding 40, 50, 60 hours a week to make maybe $4,000 if they're lucky, you're building something that can make $4,000 in a day, in an hour, because you leveraged your time, your knowledge, and your resources properly. Now, some people may wonder, why go through all this effort? Why build a business? Why take on the risk and the stress and the uncertainty? At the core of starting a business in your 20s or 30s is the opportunity to achieve financial freedom. And I'm not talking about buying a Lamborghini or Rolex or flexing on Instagram. I'm talking about real freedom. The freedom to make the choices you want in your life. To live anywhere you want. To decide when and where you work. To not have to ask anyone for a vacation. To not have timed bathroom breaks. The freedom to choose who you spend your time with and how much time you spend with them. The freedom to pursue your interests and passions without worrying if you can afford it. The freedom to help your family or travel or invest in things that actually matter to you. Money from a successful business doesn't just buy you cool things. It buys you time, control, and options. It gives you the ability to live life on your own terms instead of someone else's. A salary from a job will never give you that level of freedom. A job will always have limits on your time, your location, and your income. But a successful business, it removes all those limits. This is why ambitious young people should seriously consider starting a business now. It's not just about making more money, although that's great. It's about building a life where you are in control, where you can pursue your biggest ambitions, where you're not asking someone for permission, waiting for them to give you an opportunity. So here's what I want you to understand. Most people shouldn't start a business because they're not willing to do what it takes. Everybody wants to get rich, but they're not willing to do the work. They want the freedom without the risk. They want the money without the sacrifices. They want the success without the failures. But if you're different, if you're someone who's actually willing to go all in, who's willing to learn, who's willing to embrace discomfort and uncertainty to build a $10,000, $100,000 per month business in your 20s or 30s, then starting a business is the best thing you could ever do in your whole life. The tools are available nowadays. The opportunity is real. Social media has democratized entrepreneurship in a way that never existed before. You don't need to be an expert to start. You just need to be resourceful and willing to learn. You can start with something as simple as an online course, sharing your knowledge and helping others while building real income. You can use leverage to multiply your impact and break free from the time for money trap. And ultimately, you can build a real financial freedom that gives you control over your life. But none of this happens by accident. It happens because you make a decision right now to pursue something bigger than what everyone else settles for. If you want me to help you start a profitable online business and reach financial freedom as quickly as possible, check out the free training I made for you in the description below, and you can also apply to book a call with me or a member of my team, so I'll help you to start that business even with limited time and money. With that being said, I'll see you on the other side.